I've worked with 47 different leaders in my time, and the best ones weren't the smartest, they weren't the most capable, they weren't even the best technically. What they did have was these three character traits I want to talk about in today's video. And I say character traits very deliberately because the further we go in our careers or the higher we go up in an organization, the less it is about the technical skills of actually doing the work, and the more it is about you and your character and how do you recruit, train, inspire, manage, and develop people. And why that's important is it doesn't matter if we're in sales or customer success or finance operations, these character traits will hopefully be helpful no matter what you're doing. So if you manage people today or hope to manage people one day in the future, maybe these will be as helpful for you as they were for me in becoming a better leader. So the first one actually starts with me making a huge managerial mistake where I put someone in charge of a team that wasn't ready. And this person was incredibly technically. They were very good at the craft. They were all over the numbers. But what I missed was this person wasn't the most inspiring or positive person. And I brushed it off as being, sarcastic or skeptical, those sorts of things. But as soon as we made this team, one of the girls called me and said, "Hey, I need to leave. He's just too pessimistic about the future." And I was like, yeah. So I had the conversation with him. And it was my fault because I didn't set the expectations of transitioning from an individual contributor to a manager. Because as an IC, we can often be at the whims of the organization and we always look up at our superiors thinking that we could do a better job with them, or sometimes. But when you become a manager, it doesn't matter how bad decisions are above. We need to be relentlessly positive to our team, sort of like captains of a ship going through a really bad storm. Even when the mast is falling off or the sails ripping in half, we still need to be relentlessly confident and optimistic about the future and that we will see a brighter day. That's the first one, being optimistic. The second one actually comes from figuring out how do people learn. And this took me too long in my life to really understand how I learn, because I'm very much a visual learner. When people come to me with stories or ideas or concepts, I always ask, can we write it down? Because that's when I can really learn and pick this stuff up. But I share this because often we have a plan up here, a plan in our mind, but until we document that plan and show people their role in that plan in the future, it's very hard for them to rally around it and to visualize their role in that plan and their success. And I've seen this so many times where there'll be a high level 3 or 5 year plan for the company, but the departments don't have plans. And it doesn't matter if they're just in product, even in operations or marketing or finance, there always needs to be a plan, which is what we focused on this month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever. Because I truly believe until people see that plan, it's really hard to rally around it. That's the second one, have a plan. The third one comes from one thing I see too many younger people in their career making the mistake of, which is not showing their commitment at an organization. Because commitment as a leader is so important. When you go into an organization, there's just so much context you need to get about the company, about the history, about how the different stakeholders of the organization work, like customers, suppliers, vendors, those sorts of things. And if you have an early career where you're just hopping around from place to place, 1 year's here, 2 years there, 1 year there, it makes it really hard to show that commitment that you have as an individual. And why that's important is as you move into leadership positions, you need committed leaders that are down not just for 1 year, but are down for 4, if not more. And it's so easy to see this from an analogy of high school or primary school, which I don't know about you, but when there was a substitute teacher, someone coming in with just for a few days or a couple of weeks without authority or without the longevity to be making report cards in the future, they didn't get a whole lot of respect. And I think that's really true in the organization as well, which is if you can show up as a leader and show that you're committed through thick and thin, seeing this organization out for years, if not decades to come, there's so much more comforting and inspiring for individuals on that team to rally around. And when you put these three things together, when you have someone that is positive because you are and you see the future, they know their role in the plan, and thirdly, they know that you're committed and they're going to keep showing up because you keep showing up, that's when the magic really happens. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one. Yahoo!